Oh, this is. There we go. That's the right one. What's up, guys? I'm Umar,
I'm Trevor.
and this is O.
A T.
Oh, hold up. I don't think I can hear you. That's on me. We gonna fix this. Don't worry. We're gonna fix this. Give me one sec, and
Take
we
your
should
time.
be back in no time. I think. Let's see.
I think we're back.
Are we back? We back? Chat, let us know if we back. Chat, if you don't get off your,
It's
if you don't,
something.
I think we're back. Chat, let us know if we're back. We got a lot to get into today, though, Trevor.
Of course you do. We always do.
We always do. AEW Double or Nothing coming to you live and in living color from not Las Vegas for the first time ever. They're gonna be in like Phoenix, somewhere in Arizona. I don't know what that has to do with gambling, but JBL's gonna be there. You already know. CC says can't hear anything. Uh-oh. Can we not hear chat?
Let's see.
The output is showing on my end, so
let me check real quick here.
Let's see. Oh no, god damn it, ads. Guys, let me know if you can hear.
Nah, I can't hear anything.
Really? It says we CC says can't hear anything. Uh-oh. Can we not hear? Try refreshing, because I'm playing it on mine and it's working.
Okay.
Try refreshing, guys, if it's not working, but it's playing on mine. Yeah, just I would if you can't hear, just refresh. That might be a YouTube glitch that's been happening every now and then. But if it persists, let us know in the chat. But Trevor, we got so much to get into today. AEW Double or Nothing, Saturday night's main event, the mother of all house shows, coming to you live for 2 hours on NBC for no reason at all. We gonna yeet it up in there. So much to talk about, Trevor. First of all, how you doing, my man?
I'm all right, man. I'm hanging in there. I'm hanging in there. Prepared to get older and all kinds of other stuff.
Well, speaking of getting older, we got a little birthday boy in the house. Hold on. I think so. We got a little birthday boy in the house. And Trevor, my friend, my muse. Boy, do I have a surprise for you, because for the first time ever, this is in breaking news that I am breaking to myself even.
Okay.
We are going to have an official OT Graps birthday sing-along.
Oh Lord.
Oh Lord is right. Hide everybody. Nobody should ever bear witness to what's about to happen.
No. They shouldn't, because it's gonna be awful.
Wait, no, hold on. Pick a wrestler.
Pick a wrestler. Oh,
pick a
okay,
wrestler. We gotta make this wrestling theme. Pick a wrestler.
Let's see. You know what? Just because you haven't done him in a while, let's do Seth Rollins.
Oh, thank God! I thought you were about to be Macho Man. My voice is gonna be cooked for the next
I would not do
year.
That to you.
Well, it's your birthday, is it? You know whose birthday I really enjoy? Mine, because I'm a visionary. Now, everybody in the chat, I want you to sing along. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I'm from Davenport, Iowa. Happy birthday to you, Trev. I don't even know where that came from.
All right, Goofy.
Hey, man, we starting off Goofy, but hey, happy birthday to you, Trevor. Another year wiser.
Thank you.
You're getting up there, man. Almost like what, 28?
Yeah, not a day past 26.
Damn, you look at least 30.
You look 30.
Happy birthday, man.
Thank you, sir. How was your trip?
Oh, it was good. It was good, man. You know, took a little time off, get off the grid, got to get away from. I didn't watch wrestling at all, basically, which was
Right.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I was getting kind of tired of wrestling for a little bit.
Yeah. I took a little break myself, but it is what it is.
Well, you know what we all could use a break from? Well, first of all, I mean, acknowledging all the happy birthdays you getting in the chat. Happy birthday,
Thank you,
Trevor.
guys.
Again,
Thank you for the happy birthdays. I
keep
really appreciate it.
keep the happy birthday wishes coming in the chat, people. Um, WWE Cody Era says, "Yo, start things off. Let's talk about AEW bringing All Out to Chicago. Interesting." Trevor, for the first time ever, AEW All Out will not be in Chicago. It will be in Canada. So they're bringing it to Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Thoughts on that? Usually AEW likes to stick to tradition, but
They do. They're breaking it a little bit. I mean, it's cool to branch out. Honestly, it is. But I mean, it should be fun. Should they get pretty good turnouts in Canada? They do pretty good shows in Canada, so it should be fun.
Yeah, and that's like a really good market for pro wrestling in general. Elimination Chamber was there, and they did really well. WWE did. I think the last time AEW ran a pay-per-view in Toronto. It was Forbidden Door 2023.
I think you're right. Yeah, I believe last time.
And they did very well. They got like 13,000 people for that show.
They typically, like I said, they typically do well in Canada, especially Toronto. Thanks, Taco Kid.
Yeah, shout out to Taco Kid for wishing Trevor a happy birthday. But yeah, no, I'm excited to see what happens. You know, because like it's gonna be in Toronto. I love we're both doing the Andre pose.
This was not planned at all.
Like we both won the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, brother. So fun fact. I was like I was watching it. I was watching Mania with somebody, and I kept calling without me knowing it. I kept calling the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal the Andrade the Giant Memorial Battle Royal. And my boy was just like dogging me. He's like, yeah, the Andrade Battle Royal. I'm like, yeah, the Andrade Battle Royal. It took me a minute before I got it. But this show is going to be in Toronto. You think there's a chance we get the Edge and Christian reunion on this show or before this show?
I think it's something that's going to happen. I do. I think it's something that's going to happen. I mean, it only makes sense, right? Because you haven't seen Edge since he got jumped by FTR. Like it makes sense. It makes sense.
My God, FTR, you're not good, son of a. Shout out to JR, by the way. Shout out to JR, who's diagnosed with colon cancer.
Yep,
he's battling that right now.
Good spirits and fighting it. So, happy wishes go out to JR.
Yeah.
You got this, Double man. You got this.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, though, that Toronto show. I guess the only other thing I want to talk about there is, Trevor, there's like... Canadians are funny. Because, so the last time there was a big show in Canada, a big wrestling show, the Canadians, WWE played the national anthem.
Right.
And this was right at the height of like the... Trump like going anti-Canada, like crashing out, all that. And basically, like the Canadians booed the hell out of the national anthem. I don't think AEW is gonna make that thing.
I don't think so.
Because like also,
I should hope they won't make that.
Yeah. Also, by the way, AEW I think is smart enough to at least play the Canadian national anthem before the American national anthem.
Of course, I mean that's what most sporting events do. Like especially hockey. Hockey does it them first and America last. So
America last. Oh man, that's what we don't do over here in the States, I guess. Oh man.
Yeah.
All right. Before we get into the series, the fun stuff, we're going to talk about the pay-per-views. We're going to talk about the PLEs. We're going to talk about all the wonderful stuff.
All the good stuff.
Trevor, Sabu passed away, unfortunately, at the age of 60. We currently don't know much about how he passed.
There's still no autopsy or anything done so far.
Yeah. So, I think now would be like a good time to just kind of like talk about what he meant to the business, what he meant to us, and I obviously want to hear from you, but like, I mean, Sabu is someone who's been around for quite a while. Even before his ECW days, he was big in Japan, and he's had an impact on the business like no other.
He's it's funny that you mentioned this. I was just talking about this. I was talking about this when he passed, so like a week ago, I guess. Um, and one of my buddies, he's actually a wrestler. I talk about him quite often. His name's JB Anderson. He does a lot of death matches. Sabu is kind of how he got introduced to a lot of that death match wrestling. Um, and he asked me, he said, as a former, like, you're not really professional wrestler before, former backyard wrestler, former, like, just a guy that likes wrestling, like, what does he mean to you? And I'm thinking about it, and like, honestly, he's pretty much my introduction to it as well, to deathmatch wrestling as well, along with Terry, what's his name?
Terry
Terry
Funk.
Funk. Yeah, along with Terry Funk and Mick Foley and guys like that. But like the the beauty of Sabu was that I honestly don't think 90% of the time I don't think he knew what the hell he was about to do before he did it.
No.
Sabu was like no other wrestler you could see. Like he could wrestle, yes, he could, but his bread and butter was shocking you. His bread and butter was putting you on the edge of your seats and wondering if he was dead. Honestly, like some of the things Sabu did in that ring aren't humanly possible. I don't believe Sabu was human. I always say this. I always say Sabu was a machine.
Yeah.
Taking a snippet from Taz. Sabu was a machine, dude. Like when he got in that ring, it was you, him, and nobody else. Like Sabu wrestled like it was his last day on Earth. He always gave it 100%. Um, I remember many a time, but one time in particular, ECW match. I forget who his opponent was, but it was a bunch of tables stacked up, and he went for I think a moonsault and just crashed out like no one was there, and just like
That
his
sounds like
land
Sabu.
like Sabu took risks that a man like Sabu was 60 when he was 25.
I will say that man did not age a bit between like
he did
2006 to now.
he didn't age a bit at all, man. Like I actually have a Sabu story. Actually, I took one of I took my best friend who was actually my cousin. We went to a wrestling event, and he likes wrestling. I like wrestling, whatever. And he was more of a WCW wrestling fan, but whatever. We went, and it was during the ECW WWE days, and like we got a chance to see like I said, my mother used to work at Capital One Arena before I did. My mother and my brother both worked at Capital One Arena before I did, so we got a chance to meet some wrestlers or whatever. And we're walking out of the arena, match is over or whatever, walking down the arena, and I look to my left and I see this guy kind of like walking like a cowboy kind of because Sabu kind of he walked like he
Yeah, a
kind of walked
little.
like Shawn Michaels a little bit. He kind of was kind of bow legged a
No,
little bit, but
Sean be
also.
walking like.
But have you ever seen Sean's legs? Sean's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
they
yeah.
blow.
You know who else has
And
that? Weirdly, Hangman Page.
he
Like that
does,
little
right?
like
It's,
like I don't even know, like limp almost in his walk. Yeah.
yeah, it's weird because like it's kind of like they're riding horses while walking on the street. It's the weirdest thing
I'm
ever.
like, he's a
But
cowboy. It's out here living the gimmick.
so I see this guy like walking. I'm like, wait, I look, and I'm like, that's Sabu. He's walking with a lady, and I was like, I think that's
Shout
Sabu.
out to Sabu,
And,
man. Always walking with a lady.
and my cousin goes, you think so? And my mom's like, who is that? I was like, he's actually a wrestler. And my cousin like, actually one of Trevor's favorites. And so I was like, I'm that type of guy. I don't like bothering people, like, and whatever. And my mom, no chill button.
Good.
She goes,
Someone needs to be
that's your favorite.
shameless.
That's your favorite. That's your favorite. Okay, excuse me, sir. Is your name Sabu? And he goes, yeah. And I'm like, he's like, my son is a big fan of yours, and I had like a Sabu t-shirt on, whatever. And he literally in the middle of downtown DC, Galilee Place, talked to me for like 10 minutes and took a picture with me. Like Sabu was such a good dude, such a great dude, such a great talent. Those of us that got a chance to see him miss him. Those of us who didn't, go watch it. I'm gonna be honest with you. It wasn't like typical headlocks, things like that. You're not gonna
Hell
see all
no.
that, but
Hell no.
but what you are gonna see, you're not gonna believe you see. So definitely check him out if you've never seen him. But and on behalf of me, I'm sure Omer, like we're gonna miss you, Sabu. Rest in peace. Definitely rest in peace, Sabu.
Yeah. I mean, you said basically it all there. I mean, I'll say is like, man, like, Sabu as like growing up, like, especially as like a Muslim American,
Mhm.
South Asian, like, there weren't that many, like, there wasn't that much representation,
Not
growing up in
not
wrestling.
good representation. I
All
mean,
right,
I'm
look,
not
hey
even
man,
talking
shout out to
about
Tiger Ali Singh, shout out to the great
and I'm
Khali.
not even talking about skills. I'm just talking about like people
I mean,
in general.
there we go. Yeah, but like, I mean, Sabu was like, because like, as a Muslim, like I kind of like relate to the Arab character, and like he would come out in the kafia, and it was just really cool to see. And like even my dad was like, "Oh, is Sabu on? Is Sabu on? All right." Like it was like, bro, Sabu was like for the culture, like yeah,
Yeah,
in that,
it
or at
was.
least my culture, so like. That was really cool. But like bigger than even or outside of the representation, I'll say like the big thing about Sabu that people don't realize or like don't really pick up on is the fact that Sabu had such an impact on the way that pro wrestling is done, like in especially in the 90s. I would argue that the influence that Sabu had on pro wrestling in the 90s and onward was like you could not tell the story of pro wrestling without Sabu. He set the tone for the Attitude Era in many ways because before Sabu was doing these big death match, like I mean, I'll take it back. Like when Sabu was in FMW and Japan doing all these death matches and doing all this stuff, like there weren't that many people doing that in the United States. There wasn't anyone doing what Sabu was basically doing in the United States, but he had built up such a legacy for himself, and he had built up such a name for himself that we got Trevor back, but he had built up such a name for himself that it was crazy. It was like almost a legendary thing. And then when he did come to the United States, this legend of like Sabu, like what's he gonna do? Like he showed you what he was about, and in that way, like Sabu's entry into pro wrestling, into ECW, and into that lore, I think changed the entire direction. You didn't see people do DDTs like on tables before Sabu. You didn't see people do cross bodies off the ropes into tables off on the outside before Sabu in the United States. That stuff just wasn't happening, and that vibe that he had, it really fit that time and that era. And you can't tell the story of ECW and what that means to pro wrestling without Sabu. And because of that, because of the tonal shift that he provided AEW or ECW, excuse me, I don't think that you can tell the story of pro wrestling, the Attitude Era, any of it without Sabu. He is someone whose work is never going to be appreciated, I think, in the way that it should have been. And I think that, like my call to action at all of you, besides hitting that like button, would be to go watch a Sabu match. Go watch any Sabu match because the man wrestled with even like literally in his, basically like a couple of weeks before he passed. He wrestled like it was his last match every time, and it with such an urgency, and it was like it wasn't a character. That's just genuinely the man, and
he
it's just so cool.
he was amazing, man. Like you said everything. I mean, I said something too, but you said definitely everything. Like what he was innovative. Like he man, I never saw anybody do a drop kick on a chair wrapped around a person's head until I saw him do it. Like, I mean, of course, Van Damme did the Van Daminator and did stuff like that, but like he was one of the first people I saw like the two-hand toss a steel chair in somebody's face and then follow up with a drop kick.
The lights out method that like AEW, WWE, that's Sabu. Like that was
That's
his
Sabu.
influence.
Mm-hmm. Like if you guys do want to check out some Sabu matches, one in particular that I would definitely tell you to go check out is him and Taz. Him and Taz had a hell of a rivalry, and they were also best friends. But that first match was absolutely amazing. Definitely check it out. And it took Taz out of his element too, because Taz is very technical. I mean, he can go there as well, but Taz is very technical, technically sound wrestler. A lot of collarbone lockups, a lot of suplexes, but he went he went toe for toe with Sabu and him, and those matches were absolutely amazing. So definitely go check those out.
Absolutely. And Barely Legal 97 for those of you wondering.
Oh yes, yep.
Go check it out, man. That entire pay-per-view is a fever dream. That was that had the
That
Terry
was
Funk three-way with Sandman and
yeah.
Raven for the ECW championship. Where Terry Funk's like, I'm bleeding like a government mule.
Yo, Terry Funk wrestled till he was 100. I swear he did. Terry Funk wrestled forever. That's a man that never retired.
It hurts so good. Shout out to Terry Funk, man. Shout out to Sabu. Rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Man, well, it's just it's hard to go from that to other stuff, but Trevor, you know what I do want to talk to you about, my friend.
Absolutely. Talk to me.
You know what I do want to talk to you about. I want to talk to you about some some some
Hoops.
some pay-per-views that are coming up. We got AEW Double or Nothing coming up live from the Phoenix area ish, I think. Let me pull up the card real quick. We got AEW Double or Nothing coming up. Thoughts on the pay-per-view, like and the build to it. What's your vibe been about Double or Nothing?
It's I will say this. I honestly think that AEW is getting better with a lot of their like problems that they had. The build to this wasn't terrible, right? I thought it was pretty good. I think a lot of the matches that are on there I think are going to be pretty interesting. I mean, I'd be lying to you if I'm telling you I didn't want to see Tony Storm, but I definitely want to see Tony Storm. I'm definitely interested in this title match to see what happens. I think everyone is. Uh, it's a few matches that I'm really looking forward to. I thought some matches had a very good build up. I thought some were just thrown together, but I think one of the best build ups is probably Will Ospreay and Hangman Adam Page. That's a damn good build up, and that's gonna be a damn good match.
It's gonna be an insane match.
So yeah, I mean, there's a few. I think they're doing a lot better. Like this AEW, I think has learned what they have done wrong in the past like few months, past year, and is getting back to what they do better.
I agree. I think this has been a fairly well built pay per view. Double or Nothing is a weird pay per view nowadays because of it kind of falls in that weird time between like Dynasty. What was the last paper? Was it Dynasty?
Dynasty, I think that was the last pay-per-view.
Yeah, I think Dynasty was.
And Beach Break was last week, so
yeah, but that was a TV.
But it's TV thing. Yeah, I'm saying, yeah, but
yeah, you had Dynasty, and then you have like Double or Nothing, but like All In is coming up, and this is basically building up All In. We know the world champion isn't going to necessarily change. We, usually Forbidden Door is there, but this is weird because like they swap All In and Forbidden Door. But regardless, you have a pretty good pay-per-view, I think, like built on, I think, one stellar match like one just absolutely stellar build, perfect in every way. I think Will Ospreay and Hangman Page in the Owen Hart Cup final for the men's side. Then on the flip side, you have Jamie Hayter and Mercedes Moné. Interesting matchup on the women's side in that Owen Hart Cup final. Hurt Syndicate, Bobby Lashley, Shelton Benjamin with MVP and I assume MJF in his corner, going up against the Sons of Texas. Dustin Rhodes and Sammy Guevara finally worked his way back up from Ring of Honor for the World Tag Team titles. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa for the AEW Women's World Championship. FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. He's back.
I'm actually very excited about this match. I love Nigel McGuinness. I do. So
Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet in a stretcher match. And then closing it out, you have Anarchy in the Arena. You have on one side Team AEW versus Team Elite / Death Riders. So
right.
Interesting stuff here. Let's talk about the big one. Hangman versus Will Ospreay. Winner goes to what we think could be the main event of All In to face Jon Moxley for the title. Thoughts on this? Who do you think wins and why?
Now, you know what? This is one of those matches where, because typically I would say Will Ospreay, right? And I still think it's going to be Will Ospreay. But this is one of those matches that could literally go anyway. Honestly, like Hangman has been doing his work lately. He's been doing his things. He's had great matches. He looks ready. He looks good. He looks healthy, and so does Will. I think if you're going to go the route that I believe they are, it's time to pull the trigger on Will Ospreay. It's just time.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Will Ospreay, and I honestly believe it will be Will Ospreay, but honestly, wouldn't be surprised if either one of them won, to be honest with you.
I'll hold that thought because we will come back to All In because I have a shocking prediction for you. I'm kind of upset about this prediction. I don't want it to be true.
Oh, dear.
But it involves shout out to Darby Allin, just climbing Mount Everest.
Dude, I saw the video.
He planted the AEW flag up there.
Yeah.
Shout out to him. Tony Khan. You know, Tony's like, that's great. And now we're going to give you the world show. Ho, 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 Tony. Let's not.
No, let's not do that. Yeah,
let's not do anything hasty now. All right, it's just Everest. All right, you didn't do it.
It's Everest. Come on,
it's not the moon. All right, Darby goes to the moon, does a coffin drop, plants the flag. We'll talk. But I'm gonna give it to Will Ospreay. I think he should win. But that being said, man, if Hangman Page wins, that'd be an interesting story.
It would be.
Jamie Hayter, Mercedes Moné. Thoughts and who wins and why?
You know what? Typically, I would be the other way, but I think Hayter wins this.
Interesting. You think?
I think Hayter wins this. I typically I would say Moné, but and honestly, in all honesty, she probably will win. But I honestly believe that Hayter should win this and can win this. Only because former champion. She's been hurt, unfortunately. She hasn't been in the picture for a while. I think since she is one of your top women's wrestlers, you want to build her back up. You want to put her in the spotlight. You want her to do something, something seemingly spectacular. What's the best way to do it without taking the belt off Moné yet? This. So that's what I believe. I think that eventually they're going to try to put it back in the title picture, and I think this might be a stepping stone for it.
Yeah. Mercedes. I want Mercedes versus Tony Storm, man. That stare down they had in Boston a couple of weeks ago, I was sold, man. I was sold.
I honestly want that too. Everyone wants that match. That's a dream match. I mean, that's a dream match. It's gonna be a lot of fun too because they're both ridiculous.
My bro just pulled the JBL. It's gonna be fun to watch regardless who's involved. We got Hurt Syndicate versus Sons of Texas. Trevor, I'm just gonna ask you point blank: is there any way in hell Sammy Guevara walks out of there one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions against the Hurt Syndicate?
Hell no. I mean, it would be a fun story, right? It would be fun to watch, but no. Unless MJF pulls the biggest double cross ever,
That would be
which
hilarious after all of this.
which is not something that is unheard of in MJF's case, but no, like I honestly don't think they win. I think Hurt Syndicate wins, of course.
Can you imagine MJF? Like that would be a. You know what? You know he could pull it off though. Like he
could.
Like he beats him down, and then like the next like, you think you hurt people? I'm MJF. I hurt people. Like that would be good.
Because, like, to me, the whole thing that he's trying to get in the Hurt Syndicate so bad, it made me laugh a bit. It like because like it made him look desperate, which
He is.
in this they kind of make it. He is, so it's kind of funny, but we'll see what they do with it.
I do love this like thing of like MJF getting distracted by side quests. Like his intention is like always like, I want to win the AEW World Championship back, and this is like, oh wait, Bobby. Like, it's like, hey there, Bobby.
But what's funny is he literally said, like, I've been getting my ass kicked a lot lately. I need help. So
I need help is crazy. Look, the Max has been getting his ass kicked lately. I could see. I don't think the turn happens here. It will happen though. Like I think the match for All In probably Bobby versus MJF, which will be fun.
It'll be fun. I would love to see them in a match.
And whose side is MVP on though, Trevor? Ooh. Timeless Tony Storm versus Mina Shirakawa. A bit of a rematch here from Forbidden Door last year for the AEW Women's World Championship.
I honestly still think it's going to be Tony. I think Tony's going to win.
I mean, Tony's going to win, but Mina Shirakawa. Well, first of all, shout out to Mina Shirakawa.
Of course, hell of a wrestler.
Amazing wrestler. Yes. And so much more. Shout out to Mina Shirakawa if you're seeing this. Shout out to everybody if you're seeing this, but especially her. But AEW Women's World Championship on the line between these two. We've seen them do battle last year. Had a good match. I would expect the same, and I would expect whoever wins the Owen on the women's side to come out and confront Tony after this.
Yeah, I think so too. Like you said, I'm pretty sure it's gonna be. Like you said, it probably will be Monet. But whoever it is, yeah, it's gonna be fun.
Gotta be fun to watch. FTR versus Daniel Garcia and Nigel McGuinness. Nigel McGuinness coming back for a tag team match, Trevor.
Hey, like I said, I'm a Nigel McGuinness fan. Love Nigel McGuinness, actually. I think it's gonna be a fun match. I still think FTR wins. But I also have a feeling that Cope is gonna show up.
Well, Trevor, you and I both got a feeling. A little bit of a different one though. Because I don't know if you heard about this, but apparently WWE gave up the trademark on Edge.
Finally.
Could you imagine? It was like the rated R superstar Edge in AEW.
Oh man, dude, I would. Oh my god.
After all, I mean, I don't even care about fuck Cope. Ain't nobody care about no Cope.
Nobody care about Cope. Cope sucks.
It was a stupid name for bad creative.
That's a terrible name, Cope.
Which
call him Adam Copeland. That's fine.
Copeland, Adam Copeland. Like it's like Cope. Like
sounds like bad mouthwash. Cope.
But I agree with you though. I think there's a good chance we get Cope, Edge, whatever over here.
Yeah, I think so. I definitely think so.
Yeah, I think he returns, and then we start this slow climb back up to Edge and Christian one final time. That's going to be so cool. One final run with them.
Yes.
For the benefits of those with flash photography.
Did I tell you, I met Christian one time, and actually we did the 30-second pose.
That's how
It
you.
was so fun.
I met him one time and we did not do the 30-second pose. Bro just
Took
bro
a
just
picture
like bro worked me. Bro's working. He was just like, the hell kind of question is that? I'm like, okay, all
Dude,
right.
that was funny.
I was like, all right, Mr. Cage.
What kind of question was that? And your look on your face was probably funnier than the actual response.
Because like I was like, bro, I was like, is he checking me? Like, what's going on here? No,
Like,
what the
where are you
fuck?
from?
My boy
Take
is
wrestling.
my boy. Like,
What's your
shout out to Christian Cage, but like, man, come on, like what we doing, bro? Look, pal. And she goes into JR. Look, pal. I will never forget Yo, JR. You know what I appreciate about JR? Just side quest here. When he stepped in AEW, he was like, I'm gonna do my job when it's expected of me. But when it's not expected of me, I'm just gonna be so real. JR is like the realest commentator in all of wrestling.
Dude, he always has been though. Like, I mean,
No, but like in AEW's like, I will never forget the build up to Brian Pillman Jr. versus MJF. And JR is doing this sit down. They're trying to get Brian Pillman over. They're like, this is his first big singles feud. And JR just opens it up. Well, you know, Brian, a lot of people think, you know, you're going to get your ass kicked here, pal. And like, no question. And Brian
no
Pillman,
question. He just blurts it out and just.
like, you're
kind of looking at the screen and you're looking at Brian.
And Brian Pillman just goes, and that, you know what, JR, that might happen. And I was like, we not getting this man over.
Oh my God! Like even JR won't get this man over. Who will?
Hey man, Sean's trying. Shout out to Lexus King though. I appreciate Brian Pillman. He's a worker, man. Oh, I think Trevor, we lost your audio. Check if something unplugged. It's gone. While Trevor plays around with his settings, this is a great time to remind you all to smash that thumbs up, subscribe over at youtube.com/OTGraps, and hit that notification bell. Let's do this. Trevor, why don't you try leaving and coming back? Maybe that'll work. All right. Well, we also got Mark Briscoe versus Ricochet, which we don't need to spend any time on. Well, ain't nobody care about that match. Oh, there he is. He's back in. I'm glad to be back.
I am back.
You know that was Eric Bischoff's original theme song, Back in Black?
Yeah, it was. Nah.
And then they're like, no. They're like, Jim Johnston, get to work.
Back in place.
that was. I'm better than ever. All right, Mark Briscoe, Ricochet. Real quick, who wins and why?
Briscoe probably, but
nah, man, we gotta get Ricochet a dub here, pal.
He hasn't had. Well, I mean, he beat Zach Gowen, so
we gotta give Ricochet some wins, man. That man has championship written all over him.
I will tell you this. I love what they're doing with Ricochet. I think they made Ricochet more interesting. But if I'm talking about like hardcore, it ain't too many people more hardcore than the Briscoe.
Hey man,
this is gonna be a fun match. Like I think I've told this story before, but one of my first matches watching the Briscoes was a Falls Count Anywhere hardcore match, tag team match, and Jay Briscoe literally came over to me and grabbed my chair from me.
Like, excuse me, pal, I gotta use this.
Wow! No, I was crying laughing. But yeah, it makes more sense for Ricochet to win. It does.
100.
He needs to win.
And then we got Anarchy in the Arena, Team AEW versus Team Death Elite? Ride Elite? The Elite and the Death Riders.
Elite, yeah, exactly. How you feel about this one?
This is what I don't care about, but it's going to be, you know what? This is one of those, like, it's going to be spectacle. They're going to have the music playing. Swerve's going to do some awesome spot where he swerve stomps on everyone off the arena or something. Like, it's going to be cool.
Fun to watch, but
like, Anarchy in the Arena, I will say, is always, like, one of the best matches of the year, like, over in all of wrestling. Yeah. Like, because it's just insane. Jack Perry got set on fire last year, bro.
Did.
They just be crying. Darby Allin was hanging upside down for like 10 minutes in that match. And I was like, bro, get that man out. Like, this is break kayfabe right now. Fix this.
Dude, break it. He's turning red. Get him.
He's turning purple. Oh shit. Come on, bro.
It was interesting. From the very first one when someone got hit by a golf cart.
Yep. Oh my, got hit by a golf cart. You had like back in the day, like 3 Jacksonville Jaguar coaches ago, Urban Meyer was there handing it like balls to Jericho to throw at MJF.
That was hilarious, dude. Like
Eddie Kingston trying to set Chris Jericho on fire.
Oh my God! Yeah, when he tried with Brian Daniels,
and then Darby Allin said, "I'm gonna finish the story."
So ridiculous,
man.
So ridiculous.
But yeah,
it's gonna be fun.
It's gonna be a fun one. I think Team AEW should take it. Like, we need to bury the Death Riders at all costs. They need to go away.
I think Team AEW should win this. You're not doing anything like worthwhile with the Death Rider story. It's stale. It doesn't make sense. I don't even think he has the title. I think honestly, it's somewhere else. I don't think he has a title. I think he's just carrying around a case. That's all.
Yes, 100%. You know, Tony Khan's like, I am the AEW champion. Like right now, my boy's wearing that thing around his house. You know, that was like, You know, maybe Vince Russo had a point here. Next week we get Tony's revenge. Tony Khan winning the AEW. That at that point, I would like genuinely like stop watching all wrestling. Like, that would be if Tony Khan ever booked himself to win the world championship like that, it would be over. If Triple H or anyone, if any booker did that,
yeah, I would probably just stop watching. I mean, WWE is almost maybe stopped watching many times.
Unless like someone just says, "Hey, I'm gonna imagine." Unless here's the thing: if someone rich, like really rich, who's just like throwing money at something, just comes up to Vince Russo's like, "I want you to run a wrestling promotion into the ground for the next 6 months," I will watch every episode of that because I will not be watching for good wrestling. I would just be watching for absolute chaos and like.
Because that's nonsense. All you're gonna get. You're not gonna get any good wrestling.
I mean, even then though, like, WCW, bro, like, I mean, this is a whole different thing. But like, like people are talking to me like WWE is just as bad as WCW. You know, in whatever 2000, and I'm like, bro, like y'all don't know.
WWE is questionable at times, but I don't think they've ever been quite that bad.
Never. It's bro, it's insane to me. I'm like, people are really out here thinking that WCW 2000 compares to what we're seeing now. Like, the Fat Chick Thriller? The Fat Chick Thriller.
Yeah. That was a thing that happened.
Viagra on a pole happened, Trevor.
It definitely did.
Judy Bagwell on a forklift. Yo, nah, this man, no, WCW 2000. Y'all don't know. I'm sorry. Anyone who tells you that any wrestling is as bad as WCW 2000, you have never seen a lick of WCW 2000. You don't understand what you're talking about. That is the. I watched those boring ass WWE house shows from like the 1980s. I watched like, you know, early 1980s NWA. Like, Like, here's the thing: WCW is not boring, but it insults the shit out of like your every brain cell you have. It is infuriating to watch.
No, dude. Like, say what you want and feel how you want to feel about Buff Bagwell, but like, Buff Bagwell's career was so over at that point. Like, you're talking about someone who won Rookie of the Year like once or twice.
Okay, the fact that he won Rookie of the Year twice is crazy, though.
It's crazy shit. It's pro wrestling. But anyway,
It's pro wrestling. It's a work Rookie of the Year, brother.
and the fact that he's held the tag titles with multiple tag partners, like he wasn't a bad wrestler, but they did nothing with him.
Jack shit. Jack shit.
Worse in 2000.
Oh my god, that was when Shane Douglas was running around. Oh god. I love how Shane Douglas's only gimmick in WCW was I hate Ric Flair.
Right. What was it in WWE? He was
Dean Douglas. He was the remember he was Dean Douglas. He was a teacher and like he had a paddle and called it the Board of Education.
education. Unfortunately, yes, because my mother had a paddle called the Board of Education.
Shout out to mom. Shout out to moms everywhere.
Me and my mother hit that motherfucker. Me and my brother hit it at one time.
As
Probably makes sense to stop doing bad shit, but no, it just,
it's like reverse psychology. I'm gonna continue until I defeat the Board of Education. Oh man, yeah, no man, like WCW 2000 is crazy. I do want to run this by you though, Trevor. What if I told you that the end game for the AEW World Championship and this mock storyline was not at All In?
know something or you're thinking?
I'm just thinking. I don't know anything.
I mean,
What if I told you that in theory they would stretch this out to October and Darby Allin wins the World Championship?
so here's the we literally talked about this, and I honestly believe that could honestly happen. I really don't want that to happen, but I think it's possible that it happens because pro wrestling hates loyal fans.
I'm like Tony Khan. You can change Mina Shirakawa's music. Like mid match, you can change, but you can't change. Like, I love Darby. Shout out to him for climbing Everest. He will be the AEW World Champion one day, and it will be a spectacular moment, bro. It does not need to be this year, man. It does not need to be this story.
Get that belt off of him as quickly as possible, and the best person to put it on is bruv Will Ospreay.
Well, I mean that match might not even close All In. It's probably gonna be Kenny versus Okada.
I'm thinking it might be. Yeah.
And if it is, man, I'm telling you, Ospreay he's not winning that belt.
No, if that's how it's going, Ospreay's not going to win that belt. No, he's not.
Yo, if I'm Ospreay, I'm like Tony, bruv, I'm doing this once, bruv. I promise. I swear on my mom's life, I'm never doing this again, bruv. Creative control, bruv. I'm winning that belt at All In, bruv. Or you're not putting me in that bloody match, like.
Dude, I don't believe if I was Ospreay, I would piss a bitch fit because I'm not.
Bro, I'm not jobbing to John Moxley right now, man. That's what I'm not doing.
Dude, hell no.
Bro, if I'm Samoa Joe, I would have been like, Tony, look, brother, none of this is gonna work for me, brother. Everyone in AEW should be pulling a Hulk Hogan right now to get that belt off of John Moxley.
Look, Samoa, we're gonna give you the.
First of all, you just called me Samoa.
Look, Samoa.
That apparently is what that's what like Vince would call him, like, hey Samoa. Hey Samoa. Hey there, Samoa. Samoa. That's what like Vince would call everybody by like their like wrestling name, like, but the wrestling name that he gave them. So it'd be like he always called Chris Jericho Y2J. Always. Never called him Chris, always Y2J.
Hilarious.
He always called Big Show Show.
Yeah, I knew that one. And I know he called John Cena.
He called Undertaker Dead Man.
Yeah, he called Sean. I mean, that is his name, but
It's like the only one who got that was Paul. Shout out to Triple H. Paul.
well, I mean, it helps when you marry the Paul's daughter.
I can't feel my legs, Paul. Oh man. Well, speaking of can't feeling anything, John Cena versus R-Truth. Hey brother, how you feel about this John Cena heel turn?
Dude, I saw this, bro, and I'm like, what? I literally looked at the screen for like 10 seconds, and like I was like, no, that's not what's happening, and I literally quickly turned it off. I'm like, why? Okay, so I get that John Cena needs to just physically destroy someone at this point, because if you're building him as a heel, it just makes sense. But like, really? Like, if nothing with this whole heel run may turn your stomach, let this be it. let this be it.
Look, I mean, the R-Truth match was gonna happen whether we liked it or not. I was ready for it, but
You don't like it.
I mean, it's predictable. Here's the thing. You know what sucks about this John Cena heel turn? Literally everything is like they're doing like barely the bare minimum of like not even what is expected, because way more is expected out of this, but like barely the bare minimum of like what they can do with anything here. Like they like at no point there was no story. Randy Orton versus John Cena for the final time. No story going into that. No promos. Just, I am John Cena, hear me roar. RKO, oh my God. Like, no, there weren't. No. Don't give them that credit. Oh, you dare give them that credit. There were not promos. John Cena would just come out, get booed, hold the mic in his hand. You people, turns around RKO. Next week, you people, RKO. Next week, you people, haha, I figured it out. Oh, RKO still.
You know what the problem is, Randy? RKO.
That's not a promo. They're not saying anything. There was no story being told. And then we get the R-Truth thing. Look, maybe I'm in the minority here. I was looking forward to the R-Truth match because I was like, look, this is going to be Cena for weeks playing it up, like, you know, I was thinking like, you know, like he would get like Truth on his side and be like, yeah, okay, Truth's gonna help me win, you know, that I'm a childhood hero, and then when I don't need him anymore, bam, AA, and we get like maybe like a throwback to Little Jimmy's and, you know, all this, and instead it's just like, haha, WWE presented by Dude Wipes, Saturday night's main event. Wipe your ass. The corporate bullshit, bro. It's just corporate. Oh my God, it's so bad, man. It's so bad. John Cena's heel turn, bro. How did they fuck up John Cena's heel turn?
Easy, because it wasn't supposed to happen.
Wow, well, look here, the final boss. Look here, the final boss is the. I love how The Rock like framed this though. Shout out to The Rock, biggest carny in the history of pro wrestling. Ruined, bro saved and ruined WrestleMania within the matter of like a month. Amazing carny level shit. He's just like, yep. Ari Emanuel, Ted Sarandos, Bella Bajaria came to me and they said the final boss needs to save Elimination Chamber. That's what I did, and we were like, all right. I'm going to take John Cena's soul. And the next day, he's like, you going to show up at Mania? No. The final boss's work here is done. Moana 2, here I come.
I don't need to be here.
Yeah. It was insane, bro. And this heel turn's been shit. It's been bad. Like, I don't care. You know what? Maybe it's like, I don't. What's up?
They can't hear me, apparently.
Oh, they can't hear you. Oh, man. Let's fix this. Trevor, try talking. Oh no. Oh gosh. All right.
We have so many difficulties today.
I don't know what's going on today, man. This is
It's a Monday. I mean, it's a Monday for us anyway.
All right, let's try. Look, the final boss is trying here, all right? Like, I'm the final boss of producing, and we're just...
The final boss doesn't like us.
Yeah, no, it's The Rock. The Rock came here, and he said, look, Bella Bajaria, they said Zorando says, shut the hell up. Hold up. I think I'm going to have to...
Working the way it is, because mine's been open for a few days, too, so...
There we go. Okay, the moral of the story is close your laptops, ladies and gentlemen.
Start that bitch.
I think we're back. Anyway, Bella Bajaria, Ted Sarandos. I don't even know what we're talking about. The final boss has got to go. I think we're back now. We should be. Sorry for any technical difficulties on our end.
You're definitely back.
You should be.
Yeah, I'm back.
You should be too. Yeah. All right, Trevor. What else we got? What else you want to get into, brother?
Swerve Strickland.
Yeah. Yo, that's swerve. Let's talk about it, man. Let me see if I can pull up the video or the not the video. What is it? The shoe.
So, in typical AEW fashion, we all know AEW has been pretty much monopolizing the whole wrestler shoe thing in pretty good fashion for the last two. Even the very first one, the Pride shoe was actually pretty good. I don't know if you saw it, but the Pride shoe was actually pretty good. The Elite shoe was to be desired, but the Brody Lee was fire shoe. I own them. We did unboxing here on the show, but now Swerve Strickland has the OG. Well, yeah, the OG questions from Allen Iverson from Reebok. And they have they say the Killmonger colorway that he wore in the ring. I think it's more Black Panther personally, but it's a beautiful shoe.
Yeah, I believe they're called the the Soul Protector or something.
Is that what it's called, or
it's called the Soul Retriever? Soul Retriever is what they're called.
Okay.
Yo, okay, I'm gonna be so real with you, and hi, for those of you who can't see me, we got to show off the shoe here. But, bro, look at this shoe. This is a nice shoe. Like,
it really is.
And it's a sneaker, too. Like you could actually wear this, man. Like, that's the thing. The Young Buck shoe, look, shout out to the Young Buck. I'm glad those are some trash shoes. Look like someone barfed on, like, a random ass, like, all-black shoe.
It looked like a unicorn threw up on them. That's exactly what it did. It was all those colors. But again, they were never really showing off the way they should have been shown off. Honestly, it was an ugly shoe that could have been dressed up. But like the Brody Lees were a good shoe. They're very comfortable. They're very modest. They're a good shoe. This one is probably the best shoe they have. Like you can ball in these if you wanted to, because it's a basketball shoe essentially. The questions are a basketball shoe essentially, and you can ball in those. But it's a great shoe. It really is just a good shoe,
bro. Like I mean, if they weren't like they're currently going for $160. If they weren't going for $160, I would buy them.
I mean, like I was telling you earlier, for a sneakerhead, $106 is not bad.
Hey man, look, it's Swerve though. Shout out to Swerve. But it's Swerve, bro.
But again, I agree with you. I understand what you're saying, but
you gotta make this affordable, bro. You know, like $100, $160. Come on, bro.
Because the questions, even the answers, the other Allen Iverson, they go about.
Look, man, you out here talking about questions, answers. I'm talking about affordability.
I mean, I get you, but that's the shoe. So I mean,
no, I know. I'm trolling.
They go about 120, 130, but you know,
they are dope though. Like you know, like we were talking about with like the Young Buck shoe, especially. Like you couldn't really wear those, like, or if you did, it'd be like. I mean, it is what it is.
It had to be a real outfit, right? You had to have a steady outfit that goes with it.
But like with this, Yeah, you could wear it with everything. They look nice. Like there was some effort put into the design of the shoe. I'm interested to see what it feels like. What it looks like in person.
Me too. Yeah. Now I will say this. One thing I've noticed for the last two shoes that AEW has come out with, they love their gold. They definitely
Yeah,
love their gold because gold's on the Brody Lees and is also on this one a lot. The black and gold is, I mean, gold is a color of royalty, and purple and gold is definitely a color of royalty. But like they golded this shoe out.
absolutely. And damn well Swerve is gonna be wearing those to the ring too.
Oh hell yeah! Oh, you know he is. Now I've had a pair of questions. I had the Halloween questions, and and I will say you have to break them in, so they're a little stiff. You have to break them in, but once you break them in, they are a very comfortable shoe.
Nah, bro, we don't break shoes in, bro. Can't crease them. Can't crease shoes,
Oh
bro.
no, I didn't crease. No, I'm not a creaser at all. Nope.
I mean, eventually you wear them enough, they get creased, which
Oh, of
sucks.
course, but
Did I tell you, apparently Nike released some shoes that get cleaner the more you wear them.
interesting.
It's crazy, man. The shoe game be crazy these days.
It's interesting that in 2025, and I guess it's kind of interesting that it took so long, but it's interesting that in 2025 we are talking about wrestlers having their own shoes.
Those Roman shoes still haven't dropped though.
Well, you originally, I think I told you they pushed them back because they were dropping the flu games, which is the shoe that they were marketed after, and they figured they'd get more retail for for flu games, and they did, but he still has a deal with Jordan. He wore a version of the Concords during WrestleMania, and they're still talking about coming out with I don't know if they're still gonna call it the Bloodline line or if they're gonna call it Tribal Chief. What are they gonna call it? But it's still in talks to come out, honestly. And Triple H has been vocal, and a lot of other wrestlers have been vocal about talking about this particularly happening. They think it's a good thing. I think it's a great.
You think we're gonna get the Jey Uso Yeets?
You know what? That would be a wild sneaker, dude.
The Yeetus? The Yeetus? The Yeeties. The Yeeties.
And honestly, if it stays with Nike, it should be dunks. They should be dunks.
They gonna be nah, bro. No, man. If they honest to Jey Uso, they gonna be mids.
Well, that's all he wears, though. And honestly, actually, you know what? I changed that. It should be Air Force Ones because that's what he wears. He wears a lot of Air Force Ones.
He does wear a lot of Air Forces. Shout out to Jey Uso. Man, Trevor, what a show. Anything else you want to talk about? We covered mostly everything.
I think we covered everything. Oh, one thing we did mention this. Okay, and I wanted it to be better than what it is, but this abysmal title run with Jey Uso.
I mean, what is there? Yeah, it sucks.
It's feel good. It's a feel good story because it feels good that he won it, right? But he's gonna lose it again against Gunther the second time.
Oh, I don't think so. You
don't think so? Why?
So I think what the match is like after Saturday night's main event, right? It's Gunther versus the world champion.
Yeah.
So, you know who's gonna interfere in that match and cost Gunther the victory?
Probably Seth Rollins or Pat McAfee.
Come on, you don't know the I'm Goldberg.
Oh God!
I breathe fire.
Honestly, think that's gonna happen?
Right now, Saturday night's main event in July is slated or reported at least to be taking place in Atlanta.
Oh Lord, yeah.
Goldberg. Bro said he wants his retirement match to be against Gunther.
Yeah, he did. He did say that.
The man is from Atlanta. I'm just making sense of this wacky, wild world we live in.
Yeah. So you think he's gonna come out, interfere in the Logan Paul match?
Nope. The Gunther match, because he's like, I want Gunther. You're next. You're last.
So you think he's gonna come out and interfere in the Gunther match? Yeah.
Yeah,
probably
yeah. And then Gunther's gonna lost the Jey Uso twice, and then we got
Yeah.
Goldberg Gunther, who is the real
That's-
G of professional wrestling.
That's it, yeah.
What a sad state of affairs that is.
Yeah, that's upsetting.
Well, you know what's a wonderful state of affairs? What we're watching these days, Trevor. What are you watching?
I gotta play catch up with Dark Side of the Ring. I have not seen a few of them. I gotta catch up with them.
I think the Muhammad Hassan one comes out this week, right?
It's tonight, yeah.
Yeah.
That one's gonna be interesting. That's going to be interesting. Eddie Gilbert was, yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those.
And so was Superstar Billy Graham was too, but it was a little more less. Yeah.
I mean, Superstar Billy Graham is just
he was
impactful, man. I mean Hulk
Yeah, he
Hogan
was. He
basically
really
stole that man's gimmick.
he was the what I used to call the real Hulk Hogan.
Hulk Hogan's like, all right, brother, I want to do that, dude. Get that cat out of here, Jack.
I'm watching this. I'm like I knew most when it comes to Dark Side of the Ring. A lot of the stuff I knew, and I'm like, I knew most of this, but like, this is insane. This just proves how insane Hulk Hogan actually was. But no, man, it's pretty. This season is actually really really good. It's some of it like the Victor Borger was really hard to watch, but it's good. It's definitely good. And you look at Tony Atlas and you're like, wow, you're a weirdo.
And shout out
But
to
at the same time,
speaking of Tony
he's still-
Atlas. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I'm sorry. At the same time, though, he's actually still a good dude because the woman that got him back into wrestling, his wife, his love of his life, she is in I guess like a senior center type thing, and he visits her every day. Every day, spends down with her, spends half his day with her, and because she is the love of his life. She helped him, so that's one of the sweet things about him. Like he's not really that bad of a guy. He just got a bad rep, and he does weird things.
Speaking of Tony Atlas, Trevor, you know who just bought Foot Locker?
Who?
Dicks. Tony Atlas. First of all, Tony Atlas buying Foot Locker would be crazy.
Oh yes, I did hear that Dick's bought Foot Locker. Yeah,
Dick's bought Foot Locker. Should Tony Atlas be so proud? Could you imagine Tony Atlas buying Foot Locker would be crazy.
No, I mean, he's just gonna buy some shoes.
Like that man would be too happy.
He's just gonna buy some shoes and get a woman to step on his face.
Shout out to Tony Atlas. I have not been watching that. I've been catching up. I rewatched Invincible.
Ah, yes.
Went on a big rewatching craze recently.
I'm almost done finally with The Sopranos. My rewatch with The Sopranos. Talk about hard to watch.
Oh yeah, no. The second time around, you realize like Tony Soprano is like the biggest piece of human garbage imaginable. He already was, but like second time around, you're really like, oh man, it's like the second time I watched Breaking Bad, I was like, Walter White is way more evil than I gave him credit for, even the first time around.
Walter White is
motherfucker is diabolical when you go back and watch it.
Like he was always like 3 steps ahead of everybody, and like he was just like, Breaking Bad, one of my favorite TV shows, but Walter White is definitely an evil
manipulative fuck. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. And Tony is a sociopath. Tony Soprano is a sociopath.
Hey, but I eat veal.
And I like gabagool. You can't help but like the gabagool. The gabagool. Like, and I felt bad for his son too. Like his son went down that path too. But like, dude, the last season, everyone dies.
Everybody, it's everybody, guys. Breaking news in the mob show, everyone dies.
If you have not seen this, I am so sorry for spoiling it, but it came out like 99. Get with it.
Yeah, no, it's been like 25 years. Get over it.
But dude, like, oh god.
Well, Trevor, any parting thoughts before we head off today?
Oh, one thing I will say, both of our teams are at home, unfortunately.
Man,
Cavaliers
shut
and
the fuck. Nah, man. What you mean,
that was
unfortunately?
that was so garbage, dude. Like that
It's
was
not,
so
man. I
garbage.
don't care, bro. Forget. First of all, your trash team. All right, your garbage, loser, jabroni, bunch of jobbers couldn't even beat the Knicks. All right, that
Dude, you could beat the Pacers.
that's different. All right, they play defense. Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. The Cavs knew that they weren't gonna win this year. We knew that, right? So we were like, why even try to win? We're gonna bench Evan Mobley. We're gonna and now this is how smart we are, bro. So smart we are. Evan Mobley's up out of here. Get that man up out of here. I'm calling it right now, man. Look, I don't know what your name is. If you're the GM of the Indiana Pacers, give me a call. All right, Dan Gilbert and I, we cool, bro. You know, I called that man. He gave me full GM powers. Straight up, man for man, band for band. Giannis for Mobley. Let's make it happen. Let's do it.
That's a great move, but I don't think it's gonna happen.
Cleveland Cavalier Nation, let's ride. Come
That's
on.
a great move.
2026 is our year, baby. 2026, we winning the chip, baby. I'm all Delulu edition right now. Come on. Oh.
Hey, we got 18 championships. I'm always the Lulu.
Oh, we got one. We got one. All right, come on. I'm trying to double that.
after Tatum got hurt, I knew it was. I knew it was done anyway. But
bro, y'all are, and the thing is, y'all are done next year too.
Because he's gonna be hurt for a while.
Cooked. Y'all are cooked.
And like the team, they got great players on the team. It's a good team, but yeah.
Listen to me. I never thought I'd say this, but look, I'm gonna be dead serious. Hey, yo, Pacers, I need y'all to do it. like, no.
Hey, I like the Pacers, please.
No. I look for the sake of America, Pacers. I need y'all to. These New Yorkers don't know how to win. They nearly burned down the city. They nearly burned down the city after winning a second round playoff.
In Philadelphia, people. No, they don't need to win shit else.
No, bro. This is like, bro, it was ungodly, Trevor. These motherfuckers were like rioting after winning in the second round. I'm like, hey, yo, bro.
Dude, like.
Act like you've been here before. Chill, bro. Like, come on.
And don't get me wrong. I actually love Jalen Brunson. I love him. I think he's a great.
I'm talking about the fans. Fuck no. Jalen Brunson's goated. I'm talking about the fans, though, bro. Like, these fans need to chill out. It ain't that deep. Y'all ain't even reach the finals. I don't want to. Nah, and in fact, bro, for the sake of New York, let's not. No.
Let's not. Like, Pacers, y'all got to do this.
Pacers, y'all got to make this quick, too. 4 games and we're out.
Dude, New York is in jeopardy if you don't do this.
I'm dead, bro. If they win the finals, that city is cooked. I don't know what they're gonna have to call in the National Guard. Boom. And OKC, yo, that's crazy. We are in a timeline where an OKC versus Pacers finals is not only realistic, but it is like pretty likely.
Yeah.
Man, we don't need the Knicks though, man. Should I get them Knicks up out of here, bro? Get the Knicks up out of here. Anyway, well, shout out to the New York Knicks for doing something.
Man, besides sucking.
It's been a long time.
Thank you guys for the birthday wishes, and I do appreciate you all. Thank you, Omer. Yeah, let's have a good week, the rest of the week, and watch the wrestling and see what happens.
I'm a soldier, and I stay with you fighting, and I be storming on you jumps like I'm thunder and lightning.
Yo, that John Cena album goes hard when you really listen.
Dude, it was a good album, sadly.
If they hate, let them hate. I drop your whole clan. Lay your ass down for the 3-second tan.
What was that love song that he had on there?
John Cena love song. We're going to look into it for next week. Until next time, I'm Omer.
I'm Trevor.
Be sure to go over and follow Trevor at TREVERTAINMENT. That is TREVERTAINMENT. Subscribe over to youtube.com/OT Graps for all the clips. Yes, that is exclusive. Is a word. And yeah, until next time, we'll see y'all next week. Until next time, be happy, be healthy, and as always, keep it real.
Love those who are far, hug those who are close. Enjoy your weekend, guys. Enjoy your week. See you next time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jabroni. I don't. I was trying to do a Matt Cardona diss and I failed. My brain is cooked right now.
Mine too.